Seberson here, the inventor of the Seberson method. This is a memory training video. Has this ever happened to you? You're taking a vocabulary test and you see a word that looks very familiar.
I know I've seen this before.
You remember spending time looking it up in the dictionary, studying the word, walking around the room, repeating the word to yourself over and over again, maybe even making a flashcard. And now, nothing.
Oh my god, I can't remember.
You have no idea what the word means anymore. All the answer choices look identically correct, and you are very upset. If this is your worst nightmare, keep watching. In this video, we will understand why learning vocabulary could be so challenging and what we can do about it. But before we dive deep into memory learning, let's remember to hit the subscribe button below and give this video a thumbs up. Are you good at remembering people's names? If you said no, you're not alone. Human beings in general are notoriously bad at remembering other people's names. It is not a learning disability of any kind, it's a natural extension of our survival brain. Your brain's main job is to keep you alive and protect you from danger. Period. When you meet another person, your brain is hardwired to look for clues of danger. Is this person threatening to my survival? Usually those clues are not in their name, but in their facial expressions, in their posture, in their non-verbal communication. Think about it. How much information does the name Jess contain? Not a lot. Compare that to an angry frown on Jess's face. Because of this feature in our brain, we are generally better at remembering faces rather than names, because faces are more important to our brain than the names. So unless we make a conscious effort to pay attention to the name of the person that we meet, and then make another conscious effort to connect the sound of their name to the person, we will continue having awkward moments when we can't recall our neighbor's name.
Sorry dude. I know you're my neighbor and I know you for 5 years, but what was your name again?
Here's what you can do. When you meet your neighbor, pay attention to their name. Let's say it's Steven. And if you know another Steven, you can mentally connect your two friends together. Or you can imagine that the new Steven that you just met likes to run in Central Park with Steven Spielberg and then have lunch with Stephen King. You're probably wondering, why am I telling you all of this? Vocabulary words are just names that represent concepts. Just like Steven represents your neighbor, the word contrite represents the concept of feeling remorseful or regretful.
No. 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 No.
Contrite is the name, remorseful and regretful is the concept. Our brain is familiar with the concept of regret and can easily access the neurons that store this concept. Contrite, on the other hand, is just a sound.
Contrite.
Very similar to contempt, condemn, contort, comfort, conspire, and many, many others. In simple terms, to your brain, regretful is important. Contrite is not. Just like for your neighbor is important. His name is not. And unless we make a conscious effort to connect the concept of regretful to the sound of its name contrite, just like we did with Steven, we will have a hard time remembering vocabulary words. Here's what you can do. Step 1. Break up the word into parts. Contrite. Let's now think of a person, animal, or thing that can represent the first part. Con. We can think of a country like Congo, or a conch. It's a name of a seashell. Or you can think of a con man. If you don't know, a con man cheats other people by gaining their trust and persuading them to believe something that's not true. I think we should stick with the con man example because it would be easier to connect a con man with feeling remorseful than to connect a seashell with feeling remorseful or regretful. Now that we have our con man as our main character, let's think, what do we have left in terms of sound? Contrite, trite. Sounds like tried or to make something right. Now let's try to put a mini story together. A con man is feeling regretful or remorseful because he's trying to make it right. Contrite. What just happened? We created a mnemonic device, a memory tool that will help us remember this word. Now you have a very high chance of recalling the meaning of this word on a test. Let me give you another example. Let's look at a vocabulary word, egregious. Egregious means outrageously bad or shocking. Step 1. Let's break up a word into parts. Egregious. Step 2. Let's look at the first part and let's think of a person, animal, or a thing that can represent the first part. I guess we're in luck here because we have egg. Let's just stick with an egg as our main character. Our next step. What do we have left in terms of sound? Egregious, regis. Sounds like reach us. Let's put a mini story together again. If we were to do something outrageously bad, people would throw eggs at us. So eventually, eggs would reach us. Egregious. You can see what I'm doing here, right? I'm trying to connect a concept of a word to a memorable object and a movement that the brain can picture and understand. What were the two words again? If you said contrite and egregious, good job. The quality of your remembering will depend on the sticky factor of the story that you create. We will talk about how to make your stories more sticky in the future videos, but the best way I know how to learn memory tools is to observe another person create them. You can observe me. For example, I'm going to create a memory palace 20 times in a row in a 20-episode vocabulary crash course. And also, if there is a word you're dying to learn and want my help in creating a mini story for it, leave a comment below this video. I will do my absolute best to help you out. I may even create a video upon your request. Feel free to reach out to us on Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, if you have any questions. Our ID is the same everywhere, @Seberson Method. Share this video with someone else you know who is also preparing for a vocabulary test or is just looking to be more articulate. I'll see you in the next video.